Welcome back again to our normally weekly Beyond the Veil of Twilight. I believe this is episode 9 um, tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 9. Um,
Um,
yeah,
I was gonna guess it was 10 because
but there is a chance I miscounted because math is hard. There is a chance. I know it's. I think we missed a week there.
yeah, because I went since I'm spoiler. I,
Go ahead.
just for reference, I went back to look at something and I noticed that 9 is not there, and the last 8 is from 3 weeks ago instead of 2. But
Oh no,
I
it
could be wrong.
could
Sounds
be.
right.
I feel like there's one missing because we weren't in the city on 8, so.
Because we missed 2 weeks of play, so like the last one, like being uploaded, being 3 weeks ago is right.
Yeah. Okay.
I went to the end of it and it was like we were still in the tunnels.
Oh well.
Maybe not.
I'll have to look deeper and figure it out. It's all good either way, though. It is the Feywild, and nothing is linear. So. But yes,
Deeper.
Yes, deeper.
9.5.
9.5269143. So when we did leave off, though, you guys had made it to the tower of Astrazalian. You met with a lady. The city was under siege. It was heavily damaged. Mass destruction. Death everywhere. She did meet with you. I wasn't able to offer a tremendously large amount of help because of their situation, but did offer
That's
you a
okay.
way out. And you guys remember your plan? Figure we'll put that out there first.
Secret passage.
There is a secret passage that leads to a secret boat landing at the base of the cliff where the tower sits.
Yeah, we were essentially going to leave out there and start looking for the Dark Mother.
That's right. So yes, you were about to start bailing out for this creature you known as the Dark Mother, and hopefully from there figure out what to do with this diadem.
But before we leave,
Yes.
something that we specified that we wanted to do while we waited there was trying to help them as much as we could.
There was
triage.
There was some talk of that, and I think you
I
guys actually did go out onto the floor of the foyer and the main hall and start to do some things.
I just want to make sure it's mentioned because we didn't just peace, bye.
Yeah, you guys didn't just know about.
That was mentioned and brought up at the end of the last session we had. So
yeah. No, I do remember that.
Yeah,
it's noted in canon.
Definitely.
I know. I'm saying again because it's been a while.
No, you're good. It's all good, and it'll be remembered, for sure if everyone lives.
If I live.
But no, you guys didn't just nope out. Of course, you guys actually have a very good working relationship with the lady here. But that being said, is there anybody who has any questions or concerns before we dive in? Tonight might be a little hectic.
Not from Relic.
All good?
Oh, I'm good at the moment.
All right. So let's begin. You've done your triage. You've helped where you could. We're just going to... I know there was a little bit of detail that went into that. However, it's nothing that we really need to focus too much on. We're just going to say it happened, and you did help and made a difference in the little ways that you can. So now the secret door is open, exposing the spiraling staircase down to the hidden boat landing at the base of the cliff that has yet to have been found by the besieging forces. Shall we make our way, or is there anything else you guys want to do before you take that route?
There's nothing in particular that I need to do, so make our way.
All right. All the way down. All the way down. So, some of this has to stop here so that I can do this.
Ruh-roh.
All right. So, here we go. You guys make your way down the winding staircase. The craftsmanship is beautiful. It's hewn straight from the stone and yet seems to meld seamlessly with wooden filigree and even some precious metals and stones here and there accentuate it. This is obviously a very ancient piece of construction within the city. There is not a speck of dust anywhere, but you still get the feeling that not a soul has taken this flight of stairs in quite some time. It is illuminated slightly by a phosphorescent moss that has been carefully cultivated, it seems, at some point to serve a purpose specifically of illumination. The air gets
Right.
colder the further down you go. Sorry?
I was just gonna see if we could pick some of it up.
You can scrape some moss. It'll die when you do, but you can't.
I just want to observe it
It'll go out
Because
the
of my
moment you scrape
eyes.
it loose.
because of my eyes and previous yada yadas about phosphorescence and changelings.
That's fine. No, that's not a problem. It's not an uncommon piece of flora in the Feywild. You make your way down. The air gets colder and colder the further down you go, until you finally reach the landing, upon which there is a mosaic tile work on the floor of semi-precious stones of a radiant hue of colors, depicting a great war. Before you stands the obvious inside of another secret passageway, a doorway.
How high are these ceilings?
The ceilings? Like you're in a big tube. It goes all the way up.
Okay. It's consistent throughout throughout our travel into this area where their mosaic is.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the one singular tube with the stairway that winds down it. So there is no separate.
It's not like it opens into a room. Then it's just
No. It's cylindrical. So you guys make your way down the back side of the door. Like I said, it's obvious. You can see the mechanisms from this side. You assume it's probably hidden on the out. There's a large lever within it that looks like you could just twist and pull and it would open.
Yep, let's open this pupper up.
All right. So are you doing it, Sim?
Yeah, suppose so.
All right. All right. So you twist and pull. The door shifts forward a couple inches and then begins to just split apart on a seamless hinge. It makes almost no noise. As it does so, the floor beneath you begins to raise up slowly, and you see a crease down the middle begin to form as it starts to slide open. It doesn't look like any of you are in any particular danger of falling in. And it's moving slow enough to where you can step out of the way and whatnot.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
I'm pausing for any reactions you want to do, just in case.
Yeah, I'm moving towards the door.
Okay. So,
And I would
Likewise.
also like to move towards the door.
okay. And so as the floor splits up, you see a white wooden golden filigreed craft begin to come up out of the opening. Almost seamlessly in time as the door opens, the floor splits, the boat rises almost as if they're on one mechanism. The boat itself is just breathtaking. The way that the wood weaves in and out in its patterns, the gold filigree accentuating everything. And the entire thing seems to have a slight, almost mystical glow to it as it is revealed to the twilight that spills through the opening.
Sid pauses for a moment, just like takes in like the beauty of this craft, like just for a second before they have to step into the boat and head out into a lot of danger.
Okay.
Moment of reprieve.
Are you seeing these?
Seeing what the things that you're putting into chat, yeah.
Okay.
Are you just? I thought you were just reading them. I'm sorry.
No. I read them before the session because
Okay.
trying to be accurate, but I don't want to put them like in.
Well, the first one there, the flight,
Okay.
that's always in place.
Okay.
The second one, are you using it
I would like to use the second one on the boat. Yes.
on the boat?
Yes.
It doesn't give you anything.
Okay.
It's just a construction. You do see along the edge of the boat, and I'm just going to get this out of the way, in ancient script, what basically roughly translates to large marsh.
What language is that in?
Ancient Eladrin.
Is that any relation to Sylvan?
Loosely. Maybe.
Like I would barely get it. Maybe.
Figures,
Shrug.
these elves.
Yeah.
Shrug.
It could be explained easy enough, I'm sure. You notice my big heavy sigh after that big beautiful description of this ethereal craft coming out of the floor.
Rough.
So, it shifts forward on its own track and roller and just glides to the edge of the water where it stops.
I'm stepping into the boat.
All right.
It's a little baby.
We have enough people to crew a vessel large enough to earn the moniker
There
Large
are
March.
no oars. Just a heads up.
It's a little baby.
Okay, well, upon Sid noticing this, upon stepping into the boat, she is going to look around, like, the room, see if there are any, like, oars on walls or anything. It seems a little odd.
Does the boat have sails?
Or does it have some kind of item that we use to guide it.
The lady didn't say anything about like a push button start or anything.
Is everyone in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll investigate the ship. Yeah, the boat itself.
Yeah, engineer, take a look at this thing, please.
Make an Arcana check, please.
Okay. Oh, good grief.
You got this. It's all good. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, that didn't translate from there, so okay.
We got 13.
Oh, that's a
Okay,
13.
so yeah, 13. So, you can tell that there is a series of controls on the bow of the ship, but between the cultural shift of your knowledge and theirs, you're having a hard time making out exactly how to work it. You know what it does. You're just not. It's like these buttons will make this do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I understand German. It's written in Chinese. Yeah.
Pretty much. That's accurate. It's like
there
you
are
got
buttons on it.
the wrong IKEA instructions.
Yeah.
So there are buttons on it.
Buttons, gears, levers, but they're not. They look like pictures rather than physical devices.
Well, I'll point this out to Sib. I'll give her guidance and an assist for her Arcana check if she wants to make one.
Yeah, I definitely want to make one.
Okay, go for it.
Maybe being a Fae native, like I can suss this out some way, somehow.
Possible.
Let's see.
Look at that.
Let's have that guidance roll anyways, see how high we can push it.
Roll a d4.
All right, so 20.
20.
So Seb looks down and goes, "Oh yeah, forward, left, right, stop, lift, and blur."
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, she picks it out and kind of looks at Relic like, "Why don't you know this?" But yeah, so yeah, you pick those out pretty quickly. So I will say this, as you guys are kind of sussing out the boat, looking out over the water, as I said before, like you can see falling debris, fire, bodies out in the water, just like there were before. If you remember, there were a lot. But kind of up above things in the distance, and even in the water at the distance, you start to see, it's almost like what's going on in the city is starting to spread out. There is apparently like aerial combat taking place in the skies above, and it looks like out in the distance the waters itself are frothing with battle.
Hey.
So
You might want to click on the blur as we were moving.
Indeed. I can imagine that would come in very handy, make us more difficult to hit. It's gonna be quite the wild ride out there.
So what's the plan?
What's the seating situation like? Is there like an underdeck with some like a galley or something?
No, it looks like a decent sized like fishing rowboat. Like it's not covered, it's not a a galley or anything. This is just a little dinghy by size standards. It's just very well crafted and has some neat perks.
There's not like a. Is there like a cabin?
No,
Mm, benches?
there are benches to sit on, yes.
Alright, we're gonna go sit on a bench.
Basically, it's a rowboat. Except it's probably about a good 9 feet long and slender. Very aerodynamically shaped.
All
Like
right.
a canoe.
A little bigger, but yeah, you get the idea.
So, where might be the best place for us to find the Dark Mother?
That's a good question. Pull up
Because
on
she's
that.
kind of evil.
Anywhere but here?
It's also
It's like
good.
she's kind of evil, but heading into Magdara might not be the best idea, and yeah.
Is that Twitch coming back and haunting us?
I wasn't gonna be the one to say it.
Is it?
From your end, Church.
What happened?
We can hear what everyone is saying like several seconds later.
Oh, oh, that was mine. Sorry, I always pulled it up on my phone so I could monitor and make sure it wasn't like buffering out. Didn't realize I had the audio on. That was about to get interesting, huh? There we go. We should be good now. All right. So, sorry, I'm just pulling up my map of the realm here, so we can all be on the same page. In case you guys forgot, it is a pinned.
Yes.
I have it pulled up currently, and I'm thinking like what might be the best place to sail to.
Dark Mother. Isle of Dread.
No, definitely not there.
It's lovely this time of year.
Funnily enough, the Isle of Dread got moved to the Plane of Water in 5th.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed so much stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably a bad idea
Oh, sorry, go
to
ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, keep in mind, like the whole place is embroiled in war, so like there is no real safe haven for anyone to go to.
Right, but I feel like it might be a bad idea to head south, considering what it is normally.
That's fair. This is fair.
So I think like maybe head north, sort of east of Chanelstra, perhaps.
Towards Vorthamel.
Yeah.
So basically, beeline north, since you're going to the northeast corner of the island. So just beeline north for sure, and then go by land, or do you want to follow the coast around to that inlet west of the Isle of Dread and try to go the short route?
Yeah, that one sounds good.
Okay. Of course, you can always change those plans as you go, depending.
Yeah, I think the short route.
Okay.
Is everyone on board?
Works for Chime. He's got no idea where you guys should go. So
All right. So everybody's in the boat.
I suppose we never really got any indication where she was.
No. Sib's description was, or Sib's vision that she got from the Chronolily was very nondescript. Otherwise, she would absolutely tell everyone where they needed to go.
Yeah.
I had a dream
Go ahead.
earlier when we saw her in her dream. a while back. Before
Yeah,
the-
that was a
before
group
the astral state.
meditation thing. Which, out of character, whenever we dock, I was going to have Sib suggest that.
There's no harm.
Doing another group meditation with the diadem.
There's no harm. So
Let's then go to where the fighting is the least, and just try to like get to land away from the war somewhere.
Well, everywhere's
Why?
embroiled in war. I kind of
Yeah.
suggested,
everywhere
like,
is, but there's got to be somewhere
Yeah.
that's a little bit quieter than everywhere else, right?
Fortress of Frozen Tears.
The
that-
whole continent's just like getting carpet bombed 24/7. This place sucks.
To that point,
Let's go back to the astral plane.
to that point of
That's
is everybody
funny.
in the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the boat.
Yes, I am in the boat.
okay.
No, I'm answering the question in chat.
Oh, are you wanting to fly?
Occasionally,
Okay.
to like go up, take a look around, and then come back down
I'm gonna
carefully.
tell you right off the bat that this boat's gonna move faster than your flight. You can do that, but you're gonna lag behind when you do.
Mm,
Just as a heads up.
okay, I'll wait till we stop, I guess. Lightless bird cry.
All right, so let me see here. I'm gonna do this real quick here. We're just gonna move us over to this lovely little blank page. Do you guys all have tokens set up? Yeah, okay. So yeah, just for a very simple marching order within the ship, okay? We're gonna do. Here, I'll do this real quick. Oh, such skill.
Beautiful.
Definitely a boat.
Lovely.
Audience at home.
Lovely. You can really see the filigrees. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So let's move you guys over. Let's chime. I'm missing people, aren't I? I need to make these bigger. My lord. There we go. So we'll go, yeah, so that's about right. Size-wise, comparatively. More or less. I just want to make sure kind of where everyone is sitting, more or less, on the boat. You know, in case we get attacked or capsized or, you know.
Where am I?
You know. Well, you guys will be able to move yourselves wherever you want to be.
Yeah. About where are the controls of the boat?
So
Not me. Me.
the controls are
Sevatum.
here.
Okay. I can't move Sib.
Oh yeah, I'll take care of that. One sec. All right, so do. Kyler, your icon still trips me out. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm everyone and no one.
I didn't even know you could use GIFs. I kind of like it. Everybody's kind of getting a working tutorial here, real quick.
I still can't move my other guy.
Which one?
Yeah, there he is.
All right. So yeah, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's a guesstimation of where everyone is, more or less. All right, so Owlboy is literally hanging off the bow, or is you trying to drive?
Perched. He's perched.
Okay, that's not entirely safe.
I think for a second we'll deal with it.
Okay.
I think the
And then go
badass
back.
Watcher Owl could handle it.
Just like over here, just
Yeah, you can
trying to
fit.
get a good view of everything, just looking around.
You can fit 2 abreast.
Who's over there?
You can fit 2 abreast easily.
Who's on first?
Okay. So is this pretty accurate from what I'm seeing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Seems good for me.
So
I
Kyler's in
imagine
the back.
Sib and Relic would be up near the front, where the controls of the boat are.
Okay. So
I might be sleeping. Just, can't tell. Yeah.
probably not. not with everything going on. All right.
I
So
remind you of my deception score.
the
I can pretend.
oh no, you can try. You're in a war.
Yeah. Just the most pantomimed.
So, Seb, are you running the controls?
Alright, so I imagine that Relic would be running main controls, and then Sib would sort of, like, you know, essentially be assisting Relic, but, I mean, you tell me if that's cool with you, Simon.
Yeah.
Relic see over the dash.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's actually like a weave work in the wood that goes around like a lattice at the very bow. You can actually peek through it pretty well.
So there's a reason why Sib's there. Well, for multiple reasons, but yeah. Just keeping an eye out for dangers and, like, you know, telling Relic to go left, go right is what I'm imagining. Anyways.
So navigational assist. All right.
Yeah.
So Relic, you have the controls. You remember front, back, left, right, lift, and blur.
Yeah.
Okay. You look back. Everyone's kind of warily bouncing around. Kyler looks like he's sleeping. Whenever you're ready.
All right. I'll push forward, and you know,
All right.
I'll ask Sib. Do you think we should press the blur now, or?
So as you push forward and you kind of look over and say, "Hey, the thing just goes whoosh." You're traveling at a rate of about 80 right now.
Whoa.
So everybody, real quick, and it's going to sound scary at first, but bear with me. Give me dex saves.
Oh no.
Technically a 9, but yeah. Nice!
Oh, dang.
Speaker.
Wow.
Whoa, time!
2 nat 20s in a row.
Oh no, that 20 doesn't count. I
Uh,
accidentally clicked the button twice. Mine was a 9.
oh, he threw away a nat 20. That's sad.
Ooh,
That's all right.
I know, right?
That's all right.
That'll be okay.
So I guess Kyler woke up. So, good. So, Relic, Sib, and Chime, and Kyler, you guys are knocked back from the momentum. Not enough to knock you out of the boat. In fact, strangely enough, you don't come off your feet. So it's kind of like you just kind of fell back onto your rear ends. Kyler, you kind of nudged back into the aft of the ship, but you don't feel any part of your body come up off of it. It's just like the momentum kicked, but something is holding you in place. Those of you who did pass it are having an easier time than you think you would. normally, holding on. The momentum hits, the force of movement comes over you. You can feel the wind rushing past you. And this thing is just cutting through on its own, moving ever so slightly to avoid obstacles in the water. Almost like it's alive somehow.
Sib is going to look over at Relic with raised eyebrows and an impressed look.
Oh God, tell him large. I was waiting on the large Marge sent you joke. It was bound to happen.
Cranial, cranial, cranial. Where's cut?
All right, so
Maybe now would be a good time to press that blur button.
Yeah.
all right, so you're gonna hit the blur.
Yeah, see what happens.
Okay. Everybody, give me dex saves again.
Why has it got to
Oh,
be
no.
like this? Can I just take the second one I rolled last time?
You know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'll be nice. I got no problem with that.
Sib does not have her sea legs.
That's all right.
7.
All right, so we got 9, 18, 6, 3. We'll skip your 3, Chime. We'll get you have your last one.
Yay.
All right, so
3 goes in the next one.
and 7. Okay. Let me see here. All right. So what happens is the boat shifts, and it feels like all of you within it, like your whole grip on reality shifts with it. It feels not dissimilar from the first time you stepped through an extra dimensional portal. It's like everything just kind of rips away for a moment. You feel out of sync and out of time with your surroundings. And the ship just kind of seems to morph and shift and twist and snake along. And in a blink, you've moved an additional 30 feet. Just boom, 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 boom. And it does it about 4 or 5 times before it settles back into its pace. Those of you who failed your saves are disoriented for the next couple moments here. So when it comes out of it, you're like having trouble orienting up and down and left and right for a minute.
What was the DC for
Sib
this?
closes her eyes and like rubs her forehead with her hand for a moment.
Maybe the lift first.
What was the DC for this?
So we're
15.
Not in the one.
2 of you made it.
Okay.
So everyone's kind of disoriented. Luckily, one of the ones that
Okay.
made it is Relic. So
I'm pilot.
For the second bit of overly fast movement, Chime just sits down right in the middle of the deck, as close to the center of the boat as possible. Just takes a seat.
Smart. Smart. Okay. Yeah, here, we'll move you up. So what, we're about there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Chime wisely just takes a seat in the middle. All right, so yeah, that was a thing that happened.
The lift button put us in the air.
Anybody want to try it?
Mm-mm. Might be to get us back onto land. Maybe it's got wheels or something. I don't know.
So where you're at right now, you've actually cleared the
What is it?
initial. I hate to use this term, but the initial buffer zone of bodies that surrounds the island.
Oh, body soup.
Yeah. Well, you remember you came through it when you came in. But where you're at right now, you're moving at a very incredible pace. But beneath you, you can just see the water shifting and roiling, and these occasional blasts of light and energy beneath the water's surface. Every time there's a flash of light, if you look down, you can literally see thousands of aquatic creatures beneath you, just embroiled in what appears to be a fierce battle. You can smell it in the air and feel like an oily, thick sheen on the mist that sprays over top of you, and you just know it's not water that's spraying you when it happens.
Yay, chum.
Up above, you also hear the screeching cries of various winged creatures fighting as well. Occasionally, bodies drop from above and splash around you in the water. Up to this point, you've been lucky to avoid missile weapons that are being hurled from above that have missed their target and fallen short and are just dropping into the water around you. Looking up like it's just a shadow across the twilight sky of bodies at war.
Yeah, Relic's just concentrate on the task at hand. Just trying to ignore all of that.
Right.
Nope.
Likewise for Sib.
Alright. Blinders on.
Yep.
Anybody else want to do anything before we carry on? Okay,
No?
what was that?
Didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice.
You didn't
At
see
all.
anything. You didn't see anything out of the
Even it.
ordinary.
Nope.
No. Nothing
Didn't even notice
immediately.
a little bit.
Nothing immediately dangerous that you noticed.
Fine.
So you're staying focused, and nobody else is doing anything. I know Chime's sitting center mass, trying to stay in a safe spot on the ship. Savidum is still up at the front, trying to be heroically posed in the best Batman possible. Sib and Relic are driving the boat.
I'm not trying to be heroic. I'm just trying to be owlish.
No, I know, I'm joking with
I'm
you.
an owl folk. I'm looking around.
So, Speaker, your mushroom cap's kind of flapping in the wind. What are you doing?
We found a bench back at port, and we sat down.
Okay, so you're still sitting where you were?
Yeah, we're yeah. It's
Okay.
a bench. It seemed like the safest place to be, but
All right. So you're on the bench, and that's fine.
but we're still aware. We're
So what about?
we're noticing that there are projectiles in the area.
Yeah, you're noticing that they're raining down around you as you're going too.
Steel rain.
Yeah, and wood, and bone. So, what about Kyler? You still trying to pretend to be asleep, or what?
Well, I think that deception has worn off since we're gonna be boofing into different directions. Instead of sitting down or lying down, I'm standing in a surfer's pose on the ship, in the center mass of the back of it,
All right.
with my weight on my back leg, like
Okay.
trying to look like I'm surfing with the ship.
Hey, classic
All right,
Kyler. I
there.
love it.
Cowabunga, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm adding little effects to the wind in my hair to make it look like I'm surfing on the ship too.
Okay.
Because it's pulling my clothes back and it's like giving me an effect.
All
So
right.
I'm turning it into a thing.
I love it.
I do too, and it's so good to see old Kyler popping out again.
Yes.
I almost hate to come into this next part.
Don't mention it. Seriously, don't.
So the ship is cruising at its speed, weaving once again in and out as it does, naturally avoiding some of the obstacles in the water. As you do this, once again, there are projectiles raining around you. So as this gets you into the thick of the fight, we're going to start rolling real quick here to see if any of these actually hit their mark at you. I kind of have a system set up for this, so bear with me. We're going to do basically 5 rolls as we go through the thick of the fight overhead. Okay?
Okay.
So here we go. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys did not get struck by a single one. So
Oh!
so the ship weaves in and out. It's just raining debris from above. Bodies are falling. Explosions underneath. Every now and then a cresting wave will just burst forth nearby the ship, and you'll see a body fly from below up into the air. Bolts of energy sizzling past you. Each of you just holding on for dear life. Wind whipping you. Horrible things misting you. But you manage to make it through the thick of the fight overhead. There is still a large-scale battle embroiled underneath where you are. But for now, at least the falling debris is not an issue.
Go.
Yeah, you guys made it. The 15 was close, but you made it. So, any changes?
No changes for Sib.
Okay. So do you see where the channel starts to kind of narrow just north of Astrazalian?
Wait, man. I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
That's about where you've gotten to at this point.
There's water into the cream.
Okay.
I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar.
Right this way.
Let's not forget how that ended. Be careful.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, so we probably might need to start turning leftwards just a bit, just so we can start heading towards like that shore with all the dunes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just south of Yorthamel.
Yes.
All right. So you start turning the ship, Relic, and Sib together. I got to make a couple more rolls here. The fighting beneath you is picking up as you're getting deeper into the kingdom of the Sea Lords. 1, 2. Oh wow! How about that? 3, 4. 4. Everybody, give me a dex save, quick!
Oh no!
As a large, meaty body is launched out of the water right beneath the bow of the ship. You guys kind of launch over it.
Oh, okay, fine.
It's an 8 for me, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's good. We're getting these low rolls out in advance tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I already used all the high ones.
Okay, yeah, apparently.
Relic's doing damn good.
Yeah, Relic's hanging in there great, which is good because he's one of the pilots. So, you guys hit this body that just comes up, that's launched out of the water right under the bow. That just the boat shoots up into the air. All of you kind of come up off your seats, arms in the air, except for Relic, who's just like, guys. You guys do that. However, your feet do not detach from the ship.
Wow.
Nobody goes launching. You do set down pretty hard, especially Chime. In fact, you might have heard a slight crack when your slightly large, heavy butt slammed into the wood of the ship. You're not sure if it was the boat or your butt.
I love this enchanted ship.
What about the both of me who are not sitting?
Well, the same. Like I said, your feet do not detach from the ship.
Cool. This is great for the surfing thing.
Yeah.
Tyler's surfing on easy mode.
Yeah. There's a reason for that choice.
So, yeah, you guys hit the ground again. The boat kind of skitters back and forth. Relic, give me a survival roll to work the controls to right it,
Oh no.
because you are still piloting.
Oh, good. Oh my god.
Can he get advantage from Sib?
Uh,
Because I'm.
yeah, no, we'll let you go. Go for it. One more. Sib was jarred by the launch. It's okay. So, high or low, Relic?
This is for me, in
Hi.
case we die.
High. Okay, good. So, you managed to at least spin it away from the shore. You're having a hard time riding it, and you're kind of going almost like, in a U-turn, but you're not heading for rocks and land.
Good.
All right, so as you guys settle, we're going to make one more roll, and then you're going to give me another survival roll. Sorry, that was a D100, not a D20. So. Okay.
Oh, good.
I was about to say. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. All right, so yeah, give me one more survival roll at advantage to right the craft back in the direction you want it to go.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey.
Nice.
All right, you managed to regain control. It picks back up on its pace, and you guys are once again nearing your destination. As far as the landmass ahead, you can see the dunes in the distance. There's a lot of death and carnage in the water here. It's most likely just from the fighting that's been occurring underneath. Bodies have floated up and washed ashore here. So your ship's kind of cutting through them. Do you want to do anything as you start to approach your destination?
Do we want to try the lift button? Sib?
Maybe whenever we're a little bit closer.
Okay.
All right. So you're barreling in at the landmass at a very high rate of speed. Just to throw that out there. Very high rate of speed.
Okay, so do we try the lift now?
Is there a slow down button?
That's what I was thinking.
There was back, forward, left, right, lift, and blur.
Yeah. And there's
Basically.
the stop button, right?
Yeah, stop is what I meant by back, sorry.
Alright, so let's try.
Try not killing everybody in a car crash.
Yeah, I'm gonna try lift then.
Alright. You hit lift?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, are you trying to time it as you get to the land, or you just want to hit it?
I mean, obviously not as we hit it, but like maybe 20 feet out, 20, 30 feet out.
Alright. No, that's easy enough when you make your roll. Alright, so you you hit the lift button. The ship literally lifts about 2 feet off the ground and just coasts at the speed that you were going.
Okay.
A little levitating ship.
Yeah, you can tell that the acceleration is beginning to slow, but you're going still at about 70. About
as long
70.
as long as you're not gonna slam into anything, I guess I'm not gonna click the stop button just yet if we're starting to slow. But if it looks like we're gonna run into an obstacle ahead, then I'm gonna hit the stop button, I guess.
There
Does
is
it go
a
higher if you press it again?
there is a decent incline as you come up onto the shore, like ramp style, possibly.
Oh, kick ass! Kick ass! Can we do a barrel roll? Does this thing have seatbelts?
No, but your feet haven't come detached from it yet, so who knows?
Oh, well, that's maybe better than seatbelts.
Unless I hit the
Speaker's kind of gonna take notice of Kyler's awesome surfing and join him.
Oh,
Let's have a
Alright.
surfing party
all right.
on
Oh.
Lady Chandria's ride.
Beach party Feywild. All right.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm loath to press the stop button unless, just in case it's literally just, okay, we go from 72, stop.
Dead
And
stop.
then everyone's feet still doesn't leave the boat and everyone breaks their legs.
There's just feet stuck to the bottom of the boat. Bodies go flying.
Yeah, I think we both would rather slow down before we, press stop.
Yeah.
Well, give me a survival roll. See if you can manage to manipulate the controls.
At an advantage again, is it? Or
Yeah, we'll let you
Straight.
keep your advantage.
Yeah. Sib's continuing to help, so.
There we go. So 16, you actually managed to kind of figure out that if you put your hand over the stop rune, basically, and slowly press down towards it, you actually decelerate the craft.
Nice.
Neat.
Whereas if you just slapped it, you may have actually, done what we were talking about.
As everyone face plants.
So as you come up to the shore, are you decelerating?
Once we're off the water and onto the land, then yes.
Okay. So you bring the ship down to speed.
I'm leaning back.
All right. But you guys are on the sand dunes now.
You gotta counterbalance, man. When you slow down that fast, your tendency is to lean forward, so you just go back.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But no, you managed to slow it down to a stop. The acceleration mechanism does not work here. Overland with it in lift mode.
Fair.
But it is hovering just above the ground. Like I said, about 2 feet. You guys can pull your feet off, by the way. You're not stuck.
Well, once we're at a full stop, I'll try and lift us, take the lift control off.
All right. If you de-lift it, the ship sinks down and settles in the sand.
Ooh. I guess I better switch off the blur function.
Well, that was just a hit and it went. It didn't stay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
that felt like a one-time only thing.
like a skip jump thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it would have worked better if we were in the air. Like if we lifted before we blurred.
It could have been interesting. That's for sure. Definitely. So, you're on the beach, as I said.
Cartwheel, parkour. And I fluff my feathers and settle into a walking off the ship. Sort of lazily, weary type of a walk.
All right. So you're getting it. Your land legs back. Call it. Is everybody disembarking from the craft? I take it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since disembarking.
All right.
Yep, I'm jumping.
Yeah.
Go for
We'll
this.
get out, see if we can figure out where we're at.
All right.
Can we try to, I don't know, reach out through our feet connection, see if.
You still are not
lights
able
on
to make that connection,
Oh shoot!
which I know has been probably messing with the speaker a good bit. I will say that our aloe friend does have some information about the land. He's mentioned some of it, but right now you are not terribly far from Shenalestra, right? So I'm just going to say this out loud, unless for some reason this should be a secret. But this is basically news of what's been happening while you guys were gone. But Shenalestra has been under full siege from the Fomorian citadel of Vorthomel, and the back and forth fighting that has been some of the absolute bloodiest of all. Bodies on both sides lining what has now become known as the Road of Bones, referring to a corpse-strewn battlefield that now dominates the landscape between the two places. This is kind of, if you look on your map, you're just to the east of the Road of Bones right now. That whole forest between them has been pretty much wiped out and is now just a pockmarked, hollowed out, body-strewn battlefield.
Well, fuck.
So we sailed northeast from Astrazelia, City of Starlight on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're in Shenalestra.
You're
Yeah.
you're on the sand dune looking area south of Vorthomel, just east of Shenalestra.
We're pretty close to our grove. Could we just, like, walk home and wait this one out?
I don't know if I'd call it close. I mean, your grove is over kind of close to Mithrin Drain.
Yeah, this one ain't close.
Yeah.
And we probably had to walk a much more battle hewn path than the one we walked to get to the shore to get to Astrazelia.
Yeah. Well, plus the Sinalise is under siege itself as well, with a horde of undead. You'd have to kind of go past that to get around that river. Which you can. Definitely can. I don't want you to feel railroaded.
Right, but Sid doesn't want to go through the undead dangers.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So you guys are kind of getting your bearings amongst the sand dunes. Like I said, not to get too terribly graphic, but the smell is pretty ripe here. As it's a lot of aquatic creatures' bodies have washed up, and it smells, kind of like a bait shop on the bayou that the air conditioner died in.
I would like to take a look around.
You gonna fly up to do so?
Barely.
Okay. So give me a perception check, please. Not bad. Not
It's
bad.
over there.
How high up did you go?
Maybe 30 feet.
It's not too terribly high.
And
What is your sight bonus? Do you have one? Like dark vision, that type of stuff.
yeah, 90 feet dark vision. Is it night?
It's always twilight here. It's not nighttime, but it's always twilight.
90 feet shades of gray.
Okay. The distance is a little more than you can make out any real details, but there's some type of, I don't know, medium-sized creature standing on four legs. There are two of them, actually, right at the edge of the wood in the distance, and they're kind of like looking up at you, trying to stay hidden amongst the trees.
Can I make a circle?
If you'd like.
And just kind of look around
No,
and
you're a brother.
settle.
No,
Okay.
he's a brother.
All right, one of them
And
dips into the shadows out of sight. The other one you can kind of still see trying to hide as you make your circle. Are you trying to get a closer look, as in to see what they are, or?
I'm circling the party. I'm not circling them.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to get a better look.
So maybe like a 20 feet diameter circle with up in the air, 30 feet.
That's the only thing out of the ordinary that you see.
All right. Back down we go. I land on my talons, just
Okay.
and just lazily start walking away. Like, I don't know what direction we're not going. That's for sure.
You say that out loud.
Probably not. Too lazy for that. I'm too old. I'm too old for this. Honestly, I'm too old for this.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, Sib is going to ask out loud, like, what'd you see up there? Straight
Well-
up, she wants to know.
I turn my head around to look at you.
Creepy.
Owl folk, medium-sized creature, 4 legs, edge of woods, bitey, spooky.
All right.
Could be what we need. Say we head that
4
way.
legs. 4 legs. And just walk away. You ever seen a bird walk away? That's hilarious. Just
Well, yeah. It's kind of like how I discovered that frogs have butts. Anyway.
why?
Well, didn't Church mention that you saw 2 creatures?
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying by the buddy. Is that what you said?
Bitey,
Oh,
but I didn't say 2. I said 1.
Oh, I thought you said buddy. Sorry.
One
I thought-
successfully hid from me, the other one I could see still, so I pointed at it.
Okay.
It's over there.
It's a sizable distance. Like the only reason you picked him out at all is because you had the elevation.
Stop!
Yeah, I maintain what direction he was in, and I point at it vaguely with a wing, like,
Well,
and just keep walking.
I think that's our best shot. Shall we head that way, everyone?
Head
Yeah.
towards the.
Yes, towards. We knew what sort of danger we were going into whenever we undertook this mission.
Uh,
All right, so you heading that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So Now-
Visibly, just no.
before we dive into this next little bit, do you want to take your break?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
'Cause
check my DMs and see how I'm doing.
I actually need to refill my drink anyway, so this would be a good time. So we will be right back in 5-ish. To
It's
carry on.
usually like 15.
Oh yeah,
But
we'll
that's okay.
we'll call it 5. It's the Feywild times a trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be right back after this message from our sponsor. Live in
Alright.
3,
Let's
2,
go. Sorry.
1. We're back. Okay.
Alright.
There we go.
Alright.
Okay. Sorry, we had a crazy little off time there. So, we were making our way towards the strange critters at the edge of the wood. Unless there's
Bad
any...
idea, I told you. Bad idea. Do you listen to the watch? No.
That they never did.
No. Too old for this. It's
So, you guys begin to make your way across the dunes. As you get further inland, the blood stains and muck and smell kind of start to fade into the purer sands. Although it doesn't take long before you can already smell the charred smoke kind of that can be seen in the distance of 2 cities under siege. I won't keep harping on the sights and sounds and smells of war too much. For this particular moment, we'll just say in the distance you can see and smell the road of bones. As you near the edge of the woods, give me perception checks, please.
Oh, I didn't untake the. Never mind.
All good. Oh, look at that. Some of those are good. Everyone's distracted by the smoke in their eyes.
A lot going on, you know.
Yeah.
Smoke gets in your eyes.
Okay. So, Chime and Savidium, why are you rolling twice? Like you already rolled a 20.
I didn't change the name.
Oh, it was the second one.
That's
Kyler.
stinky on my part. Yeah.
Okay.
Boo.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So
My
Chime.
stinky character sheet management. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It believe me, I know what you're going through there. So Chime, Savidium, you guys spotted at the edge of the wood, poking from around a tree, is this 4-foot tall creature. Not sure Savidium might recognize it. I don't know. Anyway, hang on. Where the hell did this go? There it is. There we go. So it's about 4 feet tall at the shoulders. Kind of looks like a large cat with dusty brown fur, but it has little stag-like antlers.
Okay.
It's just peeking around the tree, kind of nervously looking at you.
Oh. What do I roll to check that?
It's kind of sniffing.
What do I roll to check to see if I know what that is?
Nature?
Yeah. Nature would be good.
Oh god. Okay. Well, nice knowing you guys. Really? Okay. It wasn't bad, but it could have been much worse.
No, you're not really sure what it is.
I will whisper a shh into everybody's mind and gesture in the direction of the tree.
Not mine, you won't.
I mean, I don't have to ask permission unless you've got a way to block telepathy.
Are you
Oh,
trying to block
cool.
communication?
No, I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Okay.
I got my audio
You got your audio?
I don't.
What
It was
happened?
roboting for a second. I don't know. I didn't know that it was Chime speaking and not listener.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Not listener, but
not,
not listener, but the speaker.
not
I
listener,
didn't know that it
speaker.
was Chime speaking and not the speaker.
These two should never
That's
meet.
the sentence. That's the sentence that I meant to say. Okay.
Hmm.
It's been a long time. Okay, and my brain is not what it used to be.
You're
Okay.
good. You're good. You're good. So okay.
My mind is flawed.
So he shushes everybody and kind of points to this creature. As he does, the second one peeks around the shoulder of the first. They're both just kind of looking at you warily with some degree of curiosity as they sniff the air in your direction.
I wave at them.
I would like to see if I can figure out what these are.
Okay.
Nature again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right. So,
I wave at them. I'm like, hi,
Like to
antler
mental
cats. Hi.
suggestion to Kyler
Alright.
that he throw the football to one of them.
Well, Sib, you've seen one of these before.
Okay.
It's a Caligrant, also known as a fey stag. They're very rare.
Mm.
You don't really know much about them, though. Your roll was enough to figure out what they are, but you don't really know much about them. You've seen one at a distance.
I turn to the speaker, football in hand, and toss it back to him. Like, here. I don't know if this is
It's
gonna
your
blow up or
football.
not. I don't
Well,
think that's a wise move.
well, I whisper to everyone in like the most hushed voice that I can that, you know, these are face stags and they're very rare.
Maybe they're friendly.
I ruffle my feathers. Sure.
Oh, they don't seem to be aggressive at all, and honestly, with what they are, maybe following them will lead us to where we need to go. Perhaps.
I roll my large eyes and sigh.
Well, they're still about 30 feet away from you.
Hmm.
They're not making any moves to come towards you or anything.
Yeah. I would like to walk forward towards them just as gently and non-threateningly as possible. Just moving absolutely slow to signal to them that, you know, we mean no harm.
Okay. So you put your hand up, you start moving, non-threateningly. You see them tense up a little bit, as an animal would. Kyler, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to? Are you actively trying to do something, Kyler?
Just I'm looking at the antlers and I'm looking at the cat and I'm looking at the antlers and looking at the cat. Like, okay, this is not going well. Okay, I got like basic average of animal handling abilities, and I do not want to go over there.
Okay. So that's fine. And Sib starts making her way. You get within about the 20-foot mark, about 10 feet up, and they both kind of perk up. Their eyes get kind of big, and they start sniffing the air and looking at you. And the first one that you saw kind of looks at you and says, "You have it, don't you?" And the other one answers, "Oh, yes, she does. She does. Can you see?" And the first one says, "Oh, yes. Yes, she does." And they start kind of slowly moving towards you.
I stand up and I kind of like hold it tightly and I say, "What do you want with it then?"
What are you holding?
The bag, basically.
Oh, you figured out what they were talking about right off the bat, huh?
I mean, everyone can sense the power of this thing, and they pretty much sense its presence like immediately. It's no surprise to Sib at this point.
I think for copyright reasons, we're all just lucky she hasn't started calling it her precious.
Yeah. Well, nobody's wearing it yet, so. So that they get up to about 15 feet of you, and the first one says, "My, do you think we should?" And the second one says, "Perhaps it's time." And the first one says, "But what if she comes?" The second one says, "Well, that's the point, isn't it?" And as they do that, they both kind of nod at each other, and they look at you, Sib, and then they look at your bag that you're clutching, and their eyes kind of go pale a little bit, and you see a slight sheen come off their antlers, and you begin to feel the bag vibrate in your hands. You can actually feel the power of the thing inside begin to swell and grow, as if it's being activated somehow by these creatures.
I clutch the bag like even tighter. I don't quite know what's happening, but like I'm just kind of like observing and keeping alert for anything strange that's happening.
Okay.
Because
So
I don't want to lose this diadem before like the mission's over.
so the
That would suck.
they're not moving, but you can definitely tell there's something going on here. The rest of you can feel the power begin to emanate from the diadem, like it's building. The earth around Sib's feet has begun to crack slightly, and you can see small bits of debris and pebbles begin to lift slowly off the ground around her, as if just defying physics itself. Her hair begins to kind of wave, even though there's no breeze pushing it. Her clothes begin to billow. She's holding it. You can see her starting to visibly begin to sweat, and the aura of power that's coming off this thing begins to grow in diameter.
Yeah, so at this point, I think I will take the diadem out of the bag by the handle, and then put the handy haversack like back on my back.
Okay. So it's out in the open. As you take it out, like there's a radiance coming off of it. It lights up the whole area. It doesn't seem to phase the two creatures. But for you guys, like this is painful to look at, especially with your light sensitive eyes. Those of you who are.
I'm flipping the boat, and we're hiding under it. I would assume Relic is probably as well.
Mm-hmm. Ow, 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 ow. Burns.
Yep.
All right, so
I wasn't looking over there anyway. It's fine.
it's hard to miss this one.
I'll trot over there and trundle underneath the.
All right, so three of you are hiding under the boat.
I mean, or at least behind it. Maybe it's kind of like propped up as like just a barricade, kind of
So
blocking the direct light.
give me the three of you are under the boat. Don't worry about this. Everybody else, give me a disadvantaged perception check because of the light. Go Kyler. Is it just the two of you left?
No, it's
Okay,
me.
Chime's still
And
there.
it looks like Looks like I just need to roll twice the
That's fine.
past the roll 20. And that's religion, not perception. I'm sorry. Okay, two perception checks. Did it roll them both?
Yeah,
did.
it did.
2.
So okay, that's all right. That's all right. So Kyler, you immediately sense a presence stepping out of the wood line. In the distance past the light, and it's hard to see, you see this tall, thin creature dressed in leather and leaves with just deep black eyes and incredibly pale skin and white hair. Seems to have some type of pointed ears, and it carries a menacing looking bow. It just steps through the tree line and starts looking over what's going on.
I wave at the creature.
Is the light gone?
No, the light's growing.
Oh, fuck.
The creature doesn't even acknowledge your existence.
Figures.
And no one like points this creature out like at all.
I think Kyler's the only one that's seen it. You doing anything with that, Kyler? Okay, Ginkgo.
Nope.
No, okay. Alright. So the light continues to build. Sib, give me a Constitution save, please. The power that's
Okay.
coursing around you is starting to become painful.
Alright. Okay, remember this is with the +1 because of the cape.
Hey, no worries. So 11.
11.
Alright. So you guys who are watching see Sib. She's holding on to the handle best she can, but she just dropped to one knee. Like, you can tell it's starting to hurt and overwhelm her. She's gritting her teeth. All right.
I'm just continuing to kneel there then, like waiting for like whatever happens next, because I mean I don't see like the creature in front of me. I can't tell if this is a mother or not. No
Oh,
one
no.
said anything to me.
It's all
What am I
good.
supposed to do?
Yeah, you're distracted. It's okay to be in that situation, I think. So
yeah.
everybody give me another disadvantaged perception roll.
Everyone, or
Everyone that can see. That's not obscured by a boat, I should say. Sorry.
2 it
Oh
is.
come on.
Did you roll another one? Okay.
Well, it's deception, not perception. I will say.
Oh yeah, Chime. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Wrong
We're
roll.
being really. It doesn't matter. I will let them stand. My modifier is the same.
Oh no, go ahead, re-roll. Go ahead, re-roll. That's all good. Wrong skill. There we go. That's better.
It's a 12 for me.
12. Okay. So Kyler, again, through the blinding light, another thing emerges from the tree line. This appears as a black cloak, empty, and yet within the darkness of its folds, you see what seems to be 1,000 ravens just moving within the shadow of the cloak itself, and yet not there at the same time. This thing just floats kind of into the field of view and sits. The first creature you saw looks over at it and kind of nods warily at it, and then goes back to just watching.
Okay. I look at the Raven cloak and look at the first thing, and I'm like, all right. Big stuff's happening. Big stuff.
You
I
say
don't
that.
wave at this one.
You say that out loud.
No.
Big stuff's happening.
No. No, I don't say any of this out loud.
Okay.
If anything, I'm using telepathy with myself, but we just leave that completely out, you know.
Telepathy with myself. I think Billy.
Still waiting.
It's like a Billy Idol song. All right. Well, let's get another Constitution save in for you there, Sib.
All right. Oh, that's rip. I forgot to put back on normal.
That's all right.
But yeah.
That's 12. Okay. You're holding. It's really starting to hurt. In fact, take a point of damage.
Okay.
But yeah, it's starting to really hurt now. All right. So yeah, you're struggling. You're struggling. Is anybody else doing anything at this point?
Chime will move over to Sib and try and help her back to her feet while not touching that thing.
All right. Give me a con save as you move into the full birth of the radius.
Well, that's something I'm good at. And, I rolled, the dice are not with me tonight.
Man.
It's okay. The dice aren't with me tonight either.
So yeah, you step into the radius, and you actually end up taking a knee. You still manage to get to Sib, and you kind of put your hands under her elbows, like just trying to offer some support. But you're immediately just overwhelmed with the sheer power and force emanating off of this thing. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced before. And anybody else doing anything?
Sid is going to look back and nod like she's aware that we can't necessarily stand because of the power of this thing, but she appreciates the sentiment anyways.
So we're going to do another disadvantaged perception check for those of you not hiding under a boat.
Yep.
Yep, unless someone calls specifically for their attention, Relic's not going to know a damn thing.
Oh, that's fine. So 12, Kyler? I mean, you can skip your roll if you don't want to make one, that's fine. You know my rule on that. 14. Okay. So, actually, all three of you look
16.
up. That's fine. All three of you look up and you see a third figure emerge from the tree line. Those of you who didn't notice before, as you take notice of this movement, will notice the other two standing there as well. This third one appears to be a large white sheet billowing in a non-existent wind, and yet beneath it, the sheer feminine form of a humanoid woman is visible. It billows and moves around her figure, but never enough to see past, never enough to see what she actually looks like. The other two, well, I will say the pale, elf-eared creature looks over and actually takes a step away from it. The cloak obviously doesn't look at anything. But yeah, you guys are aware of these three entities now.
Yeah, out of character, I think I know what this third entity happens to be. Would I know in character without metagaming?
I'll let you roll.
Okay.
Let's go for Arcana for this one, though.
Alright.
Okay, I know.
Well.
It's obviously something otherworldly. This is not of the Feywild. This is something that makes your skin crawl.
Well, Lady Chandria did say what the Dark Mother was, and Sib knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's aware that there are some really serious power players at work here. So it wouldn't be a far stretch for her to make
the
assumptions.
connection between like the origins of the Tanari and
Yeah,
this creature.
So that she could make assumptions. She just wouldn't know identities.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are aware now. So anybody doing anything with that?
Sib's just going to continue to watch, and just as with all powerful beings that she has encountered before, she is going to wait until they address her first.
All right. All right. Anybody else?
Is it still really, really, really bright out?
It's getting even brighter.
Nope, staying under the boat.
Okay. All right. Anybody else before we tick on?
No.
All right. So Chime.
On.
Sorry.
I said, let's tick on.
Oh yeah.
Can I? No, actually, one thing.
What's
Can
up?
I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
So I'm a void cleric, right?
Sure.
I can't find the thing that tells me what happens when I present my holy symbol, but it says something about 30 feet of darkness.
Let me get us a different screen for visuals here. You have the handout still?
It's PDF and the bookmarks have swallowed it. I'm pretty sure it's in my notes somewhere, but like
Which
it only
source was
affects
it in?
hostile creatures anyway, so it's not like it's gonna hurt these guys. I mean, I think you know I'm drowning in paper over here, right?
Which source was it in?
It's a UA thing.
Oh,
Here.
It might be in my Discord DMs. Hang on.
I got it. I'll send you a link real quick. So you can just click on it.
It's a specific one, and I just don't have it.
Here, let me find it. There you are. I'll send it to you in Discord. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
This time, we download it.
That should be what you need right there.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this is gonna actually help anything. Represent holy if it's 30-foot spear of magical darkness, which functions as part of the darkness spell. Hostile creatures make a con save. Take psychic damage 2d10. I'm not a high enough level to do this multiple times if a fight breaks out, but that's fine.
What are you doing?
I'm considering. I'm considering presenting my holy symbol, which would be pretty easy. But
I mean, if it
how do I
really
not have the
comes down to
darkness
it,
spell? Are you serious?
I don't know if you'd be able to overpower the light that's coming from like some godly being, though. Like
Okay.
metagamey, but we're fourth level casters.
You could still try.
They're
Yeah.
gods.
I don't know that this is
Well,
now.
I tell you what-
especially since it's gotten to this point.
While you're considering it, okay?
Okay, I'll be thinking.
While you're considering it, the aura has expanded. Okay, it's getting more and more powerful, just emanating more and more energy. So, Sib and Chime, first off, I need con saves.
Right?
Ha! Ha!
Chime, pulling it off.
Nice.
All right. So,
17.
Chime, you actually managed to kind of get back up on your feet with that roll. And with Sib's, you can actually get her back up on her feet too. and offer her the support you had intended. You're each going to take a point of damage.
Figures.
Just from the sheer energy that's whirling around you. The rest of you, it's starting to encompass where you're at now. The energy is. You can feel it, and it's the power that's starting to raise up around you.
Oh Lord.
But wait, question though. Are we level 4, actually?
Are we
I
not?
think it depends on what you took, because I'm level 2 too.
Okay, I just, my character sheet's still at level 3 and like D&D Beyond and roll 20.
Oh, did you forget that?
Oh,
We
Yes,
leveled up
rough.
before we got to the city.
I guess I did forget, yeah.
Yeah, after the ooze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
that's
Dude.
all good.
Yeah, well, let me do that real quick so my health points are not 20.
Yeah, no, that's no worries.
Or
Go
maximum.
ahead.
Yeah.
We definitely need your level. But
Yeah.
while you're doing it, we'll carry on as far as anything non-dice rolly.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Okay, so the rest of you, now that you can feel the energy begin to encompass you, what are you doing?
Hunkering the boat down closer?
Relic will crawl out and come out and try and help Sib if she needs help.
Alright. So as you crawl out, you see Chime kind of stabilizing Sib as she's struggling to stand, holding this thing out. The two creatures are still in front of her, eyes glazed, antlers glowing brightly. The diadem is just giving off a brilliant amount of radiance. You can give me a perception check at disadvantage. See if you see the other creatures.
Have they communicated anything to
No.
Sib or us?
Not that you've heard, not directly. Relic, you can see that there's some other creatures on the other side of the radiance. You can't really make out any details, but there's 3 other creatures there.
Sensing this energy, I want to get from under the boat, ruffle my feathers a little bit, take out my shield, turn my head around, and walk forward with the shield in front of me.
Okay. Where are you walking to?
Just away from this boat and towards the energy that's coming out of this.
So
It's kind of
towards Sib and Chime.
right, but I'm getting like closer to the energy, but not close enough to have to like really be. If it's affecting me, I'm gonna stop, plant the shield in the sand, and crouch behind it.
Okay. But it's a buckler. It's not really that big a shield.
Okay. Okay, well, never mind then. Just shield in front of my head, turned around.
Okay. So, yeah, you're not going to get very far before you can feel it start to affect you. I mean, it's already starting to affect you under the boat.
Maybe 5 feet. Just so I'm not surrounded by something that might not protect me from something, you know. I
Well,
want to see it coming.
Give me
vaguely.
a con save.
Get 5 feet from the boat. Con save. Ooh.
Yeah, give me a con save.
Oh no. Well. Right later. Oh my goodness, this is gonna suck. Normal. Right character selected. Alright. No!
So
I died. I'm dead.
the owl drops to his knees under the weight of the sheer force of the energy that is permeating the air around him.
Am I allowed to disengage from that decision?
Next
Get away, get away, get away.
next time around, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not damaging you yet, but you can feel that it's going to. All right.
That was not a good choice.
Okay, Daddy.
So,
Alright.
anybody else doing anything before I take us to the next level?
Go for it. Daddy.
Continue
Alright,
on. I have done my
I'm-
shit.
I'm having a bad idea.
Do it.
I like bad ideas. What do you got?
Who's still under the boat with me?
I think it's just you.
Just me? Just me under the boat? Okay. Could I use my astral arms to pick up the boat and scuttle along like a turtle? To kind of like block enough of the light so that I don't die because exposed to bright light for more than a minute, and I do that. But I kind of want to like maybe see if we could move into position to interfere with those like antlered cat folk.
All right. So you want
If we
to?
could like break their concentration, maybe we could stop the chain reaction critical mass thing.
What's the duration of your astral arms?
10 minutes.
Yeah. Honestly, you can try that.
Okay, cool.
All right,
I'll
so
do
you buff out your astral arms to hold up the boat, and then use your actual arms and legs to kind of turtle crawl under it.
We'll say that if you try to distract the face tags, like Sib will try and stop you.
Okay, that's fine. But these actions are happening independently, so this is good. This is good development and role play. So you're starting to make your way around. Keep in mind, you're pretty much doing this blind. Navigating. You're like looking down at the sand, and still it's hurting to look because there's so much light coming in. But you're still navigating just by looking down basically at your feet, trying to kind of figure out where you need to go. So it's slow moving. Sib, give me perception. Disadvantage still. We're going to see if you can see him even coming.
Okay.
Yeah. Two
Nope.
fives. Not just one, but two. No, you can't quite. You're not aware of what he's doing yet. But like I said, he's moving really slow. And there's a lot of light and a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
So at this point, the diadem pulses. You can feel it. So I need everybody to give me a con save, please.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, look at that.
21. Hey.
Look at these big rolls coming in. What's up? All right, Kyler.
Tyler's incoming.
There it is. How about that? All right. Everybody takes 3 points of damage, but holds their ground as this thing pulses.
What kind of damage?
Force.
Ooh.
Force damage. Yeah, I don't think any of you have any resistance to that. Or I'm sorry, I should have asked, but I don't think you do.
No.
I don't think anyone in D&D does.
Resistance to that.
Yeah, that's a pretty rare one.
Technically, I think an artificer can get it. Possibly. It's been a while since I've read the infusions. I think it's level 7. They start to
Well,
get that kind of.
Shield spell works against force, and I always play. It's not just magic missiles. It's force damage. But
Oh, well, in that case, I can use a reaction to expend a charge of my shield. on my staff of defense.
To cast the shield spell.
Lock.
Well, we have to
Yeah.
ask though, and this is just outside non-meta. Would you do that in this situation, not knowing that this is force damage?
No, probably not.
Okay, no, that's fair, and I appreciate your honesty on that.
My arms are otherwise probably pretty occupied at the moment. I don't think I'm actually wielding my staff. I think it's probably slung to my back.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. No, that's all good. So, yeah, you guys feel the pulse, and you can actually see like where your feet kind of push back in the sand as it pulses out from you. The other three entities, you see the sheets billow around and ripple a little, but once again, not enough to expose anything behind it. You see the tall, pale, elf-like creature with the black eyes just kind of brace for it right the second before it happens, and then take the hit. And then the black cloak itself just flutters, and you could almost swear you see raven's feathers fly out for a second and then disappear. The power around you is still intensifying, and the two creatures, the Fey stags, their antlers are just glowing brighter and brighter. You can see their clawed feet just kind of digging into the sand.
Oh, still holding on.
Okay, still holding on. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm just trying to help Sib as best as I can.
All
I'm
right.
moving away. I'm just
Are we
I'm
trying to
getting out of here. I don't,
Channel something?
This
This
is not
seems really
smart.
dangerous.
especially with my eyes. It's a bad idea.
Are you talking about the owl?
Right.
Keep in mind your owl's class.
And his fighting style is defense, which means that he wouldn't want to be injured
Just
by
keep.
this, right?
Well, what is his class?
I know his class. I know what his class is. I know that, but I'm just saying, if he can't see,
No,
what's he
I'm
gonna do?
asking. I don't remember. I think I know what it is. Yeah,
Paladin.
yeah.
Those
Paladin.
Watchers, though.
Paladin's not going to
Can't-
run away.
He's
Period.
not running away. He's moving sideways. He just wants to get out of the radius.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It's advancing backward.
He's advancing linearly. He's literally just going in a line like a crab
Yeah,
outside of the
that's
radius
fine.
because he was
It's-
moving towards, and he's just taking a 90-degree turn.
No, that's fine. I'm
Keep
just
getting
saying,
con
keep in
saves.
mind that he is a paladin.
The paladins can't be strategic, is what you're saying.
No, he can be strategic, but just I know it's not your character. I'm not going to be too crazy technical, but he has an oath that he has to follow.
Okay, don't want to break that. Can I move towards someone who's not as close?
Yeah.
Got the boat over here. It's providing at least a little bit of protection.
The turtle. The turtle. So
Honestly, it probably just looks like we've got an oversized cap right now.
And speaking of turtle, here, I'm going to send this to you real quick, Master Mist 2, in case it's not on the sheet. This is the oath specifically.
Okay.
That is the oath of the Watchers.
Okay.
That might help. But anyway,
Mhm.
so real quick,
It does. I don't know where we all are in respect to like.
oh well, you're kind of in between them and Sib, basically. Like you took that step up and then took a knee. The speaker is under the boat, kind of turtle walking around to kind of move around to get between Sib and the Fey Stags.
Okay. Can I move towards them instead of towards Sib? Since I'm looking that way anyway.
Them who, specifically?
Okay. Turtle crabbing, boat, Chime, I guess Chime and Kyler. And I have a specific plan that relates to discipline. And towards this character's listed bond, I guess.
Okay.
Ideal.
Okay.
Listed ideal. So we're not retreating.
Okay.
We're moving over to be placed in a specific location because I don't have like radiuses of how far people are from me or anything.
That's
so
all
I'm
right.
trying to,
Well,
like, and my eyes don't work like that, so I just can't see. So I'm just gonna plant myself where I'd be covering Kyler,
Relic.
Chime, and
Well, Chime's
Relic
up.
if possible.
Chime is literally holding Lady Sib up.
Okay. We'll do Kyler and Relic then.
Okay, so you're
'Cause
just
I
offering a
can't even
defense.
get close to that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Speaker, give me a disadvantage survival roll, please, for your navigation.
Watch out for that tree.
Okay. So we're going to do another con save, everybody, please. You're all in it now. Lady Sib, go.
18.
You're
Yeah.
gonna
Whew.
end up holding
It's finally
Chime up.
kicking in.
You're going to end up holding Chime up. Okay. So, yeah, everybody that rolled under 15 is on their knees. Obviously, if you made it, you managed to hold your feet. Everybody take 5 points of damage
It's so dead.
as it pulses again.
So these creatures are just standing around waiting for things to happen, right?
It seems that way. It seems like they're just watching.
Hmm. Well, if they
they
are
watching
not
for?
going to address me or say anything, I think I'm going to attempt to walk forward with the diadem.
What? No, walk the other way.
So you're moving forward then? Towards
I believe so.
towards anything specific? Towards the face tags or towards any of the three?
Probably towards the third figure to arrive. Sib's just sort of operating on assumption that this is the Dark Mother, so she is just going to start walking forward kind of slowly and kind of observe what happens, because this is like so much pulsing energy that is just like, I think Sib recognizes like how weak she's getting holding this
Yeah.
as like the energy pulses. So it's just like, if these are the people that she needs to put the diadem on, then yeah, best to get it out of her hands ASAP.
Okay, so she's
But
so Seb steps forward towards this billowing sheet with the figure of a woman beneath it. As you take your step forward, in your mind, Sib, you just hear this cacophony of laughter and giggles and tittering and crying begin to just kind of slowly rise in volume from a whisper to a shout in your mind, and you can just tell it's coming from this entity. And the sheet begins to billow and wave excitedly as you near closer, and cutting through it all, you just hear this.
One question, is this the voice that I remember from the Chrono Lily?
No,
The vision? No.
no.
Okay, so as I hear it, like, the first time I recognize this, I'm going to stop. I'm not walking forward anymore.
Okay. So cutting through the laughter as you stop, you hear, "Oh, is this for me? You gift it to me. I told the others you would." Step closer.
This diadem goes on the Dark Mother.
I'm the Dark Mother.
You're not the voice that I heard in the Chrono Lily.
What's a voice in a flower going to tell you? Just lay it in my hand.
Yeah, at this point, Sib's just going to step back. She doesn't care. She's going to walk backwards.
Okay.
Back to where she was before.
Alright, hang on, I gotta...
She is defiant.
No, that's good. So Sib goes to step back. Give me another con save. Just, you're moving and still in a lot of pain.
Yeah. 17.
Good. So you managed to defiantly step back, still holding this thing. You're shaking, you're sweating. You've gritted your teeth so much your gums are kind of bleeding a little bit. Like you're really just fighting through it really hard right now. As you step back, you can just feel rage come off of this thing. I mean, just rage. And it lashes out with this sheet figures at you. What's your AC?
15.
15, okay. Narrowly missing you. Narrowly missing you.
Sib sticks to her guns.
And as you step back and the sheet just kind of almost brushes across your face, it's like just for a second you get the minutest glimpse past the sheet. Not enough to tell what's there, but so much is wrong with what you see that words cannot describe it. This writhing, visible manifestation of madness and torment, even if all you saw of it was a tiny speck. It's enough to rattle you. Your next wisdom save will be at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good idea what this thing is.
So, as you step back and this thing lashes out, the tall, pale, black-eyed, elf-looking creature actually voices. He speaks, and he literally says, "Step back." Not to you, but to the sheep creature. And you can tell like there's some unheard back and forth that starts going between them at that point.
Interesting.
So, and anybody else want to do anything as this is going on? Chime, are you still trying to hold your own there?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll give Chime another con save here too to regain his feet. There you go. Back on your feet. You still supporting as best you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also going to speak directly into Sib's mind there and say, what are we doing? We cannot maintain this.
And I'm going to reply back and I'm going to say, I know we can't, but according to our vision, this diadem needs to be placed on the head of the Dark Mother. And this is Pale Night in front of us. Or at least I assume it's Pale Night. It's not the people we need to place a diadem on to.
So you're speaking this in your mind back and forth.
Yeah.
Both of you give me wisdom saves. Ooh, lovely.
5. Rip. Both
I'm not,
5.
Both
I'm not
fives.
wise at all, yo.
That's okay. That's okay. So as you're having this discussion, a third voice butts in to your discussion.
Lamal.
A new voice, once again, not one you recognize, but it says, "Well, you can't maintain this. You're both very right. And, maybe it's time you just relinquish. Give it to me."
Can I tell who's saying that?
It's
Yeah, the tone of that voice is giving me King Oberon vibes, honestly.
Oh no, this is a feminine voice, definitely. Very feminine.
Okay.
I tell you, give me perception checks. I won't even disadvantage them.
Okay.
Just them or everyone?
Just them. Okay. So, Chime, you can see that the black cloak kind of fluctuates with the vocal tone and the rhythm of its speech that's entering your mind. You kind of get the sense that this is coming from it.
We gotta give it to someone, Sib.
He says, I'm sticking to my guns.
Well, sticking to it is, I suppose there's a certain nobility in that, but what about this? What about if you don't let go of it? And all those things you love, Sib. And all those things you cherish, Chime, start to slowly be peeled away like a hangnail, slowly drawn back, revealing tender, painful skin beneath.
So you're choosing violence then?
Violence? No. No. I'm not even here. But there's worse things than violence in this place.
At that, Chime's gonna let his flail hand down and lift his shield up and be prepared for combat.
Go Chime. As you do that, you hear, "You would dare raise a hand to a queen."
You'll have to excuse my manners. I don't have any.
Oh, I would raise 1,000. These hands are rated E for everyone.
Lovely.
I love it.
Well, you do not know me, construct. I am the Raven Queen, and you will not touch me here.
Now you make it sound like there are other places that we'll meet. And I'll touch you there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! No. So with that, you get the mental equivalent of a sneer, and she kind of withdraws back a little bit. The other two, you can tell, are still involved in a very heated debate, silently, probably using mental abilities to do so. So
Oh, light's getting kind of
There's-
over here.
there's a lot of tension going on.
I think I'll lower my flower crown over my eyes and just close them for once. Because I'm sitting over here just looking off into the distance, like. Look over there, it's too bright. So.
Well, does anyone want to do anything before we get our next pulse?
Sevitum is just. Is it Sevitum? Am I saying it?
You
Come
would have
on.
to specify with him on that one.
It's-
I think it's Sevitum.
On that,
Help! I tried, okay? And he's
Sevitum's
like,
good.
he's backing up, sort of, not backing, but like, he's standing there with the shield and rapier, like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it. No more
Alright,
options.
so-
Let's go.
we took damage like straight out, even though we were like trying to shield stomp with the boat last turn.
Yeah,
And we know that, right?
You're inside basically a bubble of energy.
And is this like
It's all
Okay,
around
fine.
you. It's all around you.
alright? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, fuck it. We'll just shrug off this boat. We're gonna walk over to Sib and Chime. We're gonna like take the staff off our back. We're gonna slam it down on the ground in front of us and say enough.
Oh, you shall not pass
And
moment.
cast a shield. And kind of like, yeah, we're gonna use a charge of shield on. I can only use one, right?
I think so, yeah.
One target, just me then.
All right. Actually, let me look at something real quick here. Just want to see what's changed. All right, so that is, of course, the +5 bonus to your AC. Yeah, it does. I guess they changed that a little, so it is just self. That's fine. So yeah, this will resist your. Basically, the next pulse will allow you to resist it. By the sound of it. But it only lasts for a round.
Yep.
Oof.
Oh,
Nerve. Okay, so that's fine. You'll resist the next pulse. So yeah, you slam your shield or your staff down defiantly. You say enough. You burst out the shield spell. All good. Anybody else doing anything?
Sib's just holding on.
Yep.
Okay.
Relic's gonna try and help Chime and Sib to hold on to.
Are you moving up into it then, Relic, completely?
Yeah.
Okay, so Relic's up there, Speaker's up there, Sib and Chime. So that means the only people not up there are Sevitum and Kyler. What are you guys doing, you two, Sevitum and Kyler?
I'd like to think Kyler's facing the wrong direction now. He's got the flower crown over his eyes. And he's like, oh yeah, I forgot I can't see now. That sucks. He's playing a lot more stupid than he actually is, but he's also very afraid of going over there because the thing is doing damage without even actually fighting us. And it's just pulsing and pulsing and more stuff is happening and more things are going on, and it's just like, at the same time, I don't think this character that I'm playing for now would be standing as far back as he is.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
He's gonna go stomping into the combat. Maybe he'd even fly a little because he can do that and try to protect them.
So he wants to get in front of the group, basically, but join them.
Yeah, and
Okay.
His thing doesn't affect like what it would help with. The Watcher's Will doesn't. A number of creatures that you can see within 30 feet up to a number equal to your charisma modifier. Minimum of one creature, which would be for me 4. For a minute, chosen creatures have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saves, which would offset Sib's wisdom disadvantage. But I don't know that.
Well,
the
the
best
wisdom
shield I would
disadvantage
have.
thing already happened.
It's the best shield that I would have, I think.
Well, it's advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. That's what you grant them for 1 minute.
Yeah, but we're not doing that. We're doing con saves.
Well, and wisdom save. It's up to you.
Okay,
If you want to channel divinity and do that, it's only going to help. It's certainly not going to hurt anything. You could also try to abjure the extra planar.
Could you imagine? Would that even work?
I can't
I mean,
tell
I
you
can look
that.
at these things and tell that, like, they're. Hang on. I can look at these things and tell if they're. That's this. This is this. This is this. And then that would inform me of the use of this.
Do you have another use of your divine sense?
Oh yeah, yeah. Unless I've read that incorrectly, you can use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier, which is 5.
Okay, no, that's fine.
And I have 5 on
So
the sheet.
in that case, you want to use your divine sense?
Yes.
All right. Now you're in the Feywild, and you're also a native. So when we talk about basically extraplanar creatures, it won't include anything that's native to here.
Okay.
But a prime material creature will show as extraplanar to you.
Okay.
So in that case, 2 of these are entirely extraplanar, but radiate really, really strange energies that you're not familiar with.
All right, we're gonna do that second thing, but we're gonna castigate unworldly beings with it instead of shielding.
All right, so you're gonna abjure the extraplanar. Present your holy symbol.
Yes, which is, I'm gonna guess. You know, I don't know. That's dangerous to guess.
Well, considering how many of your party members are Fey.
That's none of my business what his holy symbol is, though. That's not my. I don't know what it is. Could be anything.
Are we about to find out something that we probably otherwise wouldn't have?
We'll just say, insert whatever this is when we find out what it is without telling me what it is, because that's not my business to know unless he wants to say.
What is holy symbol?
To avoid spoilers if he hasn't already mentioned.
Well, you're playing his character, so
I don't want to ruin.
if it's on there, I mean, it's on there.
It's not. I don't want to ruin it.
Okay, it's fine.
Item X.
All right, item X.
We'll just go with that.
Oh God, that's even worse.
All right. So you hold up your
Thing.
you hold up your holy
Thing.
symbol and you try to abjure the extraplanar. All right, so you present it and you basically say what? Command them to go back to where they came from. I'll let you do it.
Usually, command, which I have on my other character sheet, is 1 word.
Oh, this is something completely different from command.
Okay. Alright,
It's for flavor. Say whatever.
dude, I don't... I am trying. Yeah. Okay. I may not be the smartest person out here, but I know you don't belong. Get out.
All right. At the 2, basically.
He's...
Okay.
What do you mean a 2?
At the 2 creatures that you know are
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
He's gonna... I'm gonna have an inbox full of angry DMs. He's gonna be like, how did you butcher the character so badly?
So as you do this,
I'll say DC's 15.
Despite the fact that neither one of them have definitive faces, you can tell they both turn towards you. Their full
Let's go.
attention is on you, but they do not move.
Boo.
That's all right. That's all right. That was a very good in-character attempt to act in a way that you would, not knowing what these are. So, no harm. You did good.
Okay, other me is gonna just
I was just playing Minecraft.
head east.
Kyler is leaving.
I don't even know which way we're facing or how I'm oriented to everyone else.
You're facing
so
north.
we just pick a direction. Okay. We just pick a direction, north, south, east, west. So maybe south would be that. North would be 1, south would be 2, east
Okay.
would be 3, west
So-
would be 4. So we just pick a.
Real quick, I'm going to do this before Kyler gets everybody killed. Everybody, with the exception of Chime and our owl friend,
I'm so sorry.
give me a, let's say a wisdom check.
Let's go.
Including Kyler.
Wisdom check. Okay, wisdom. Ooh, wisdom. Ooh. Oh, wisdom. All right. All right. Okay. 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 We tried.
Anybody else want to make that roll, or is that everybody?
So
Uh,
not
Oh
Sevatum.
yes, speaker.
wisdom?
Just
Sorry,
wisdom.
I'm trying. I just. It's,
You can use a
there it
wisdom save if you want. That's fine.
Well, I'll just do it.
Oh,
Oh, that's
ouch.
not great.
That's all right.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
That's all right. I actually like the way this worked out. So, Kyler, as you turn to, in your own aloof way, meander off, suddenly the words ring out in your mind that are written on the inside of the diadem. Do you remember those words?
Within this circle, all are one. Yes.
You
Was I
realize,
supposed to know that immediately? I don't know.
no, you are, but you realize that you not being with your group in this particularly crucial moment might be a fatal mistake.
Take a deep breath. Take the flower crown off my eyes.
Now, I'm not saying that you have to react on this, Kyler.
No,
This
no,
is your
dude,
choice. Go with
if
your
I
character.
know this could kill me, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay? Like, there's only so much guesswork you can have here at this point. You know, I'm just trying to give him what he would do. You know, if it
Yeah.
hurts, I'm gonna be like.
No, I just don't
"Ow,
want you to
ooh,
feel
don't
like you're
wanna-"
railroaded. I'm not trying to force you to do
I mean-
anything.
I mean, holding the diadem when it wasn't being pulse charged by the. Their. Caligran? Caligrans?
Face tags.
Caligrans?
Face tags, it's
Face
easier.
tags? Okay. When I was holding it, it made me shift, like, faces and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it was, when I failed the con save, it was like, ooh, you know.
It
I couldn't
revealed
handle
you for what you were, more or less. So,
And I don't, that energy, seeing it again, feeling it again, I'm not a fan. That's why I was trying to get away from it. But if I have to go over there and I know that it could kill all of us if I don't, then here we go. I'm just like gonna start walking and just head right on in and probably lose my eyesight because I'm not like particularly visibly acute. But...
all right. So you are turning around and joining the little coterie that's formed around the diadem.
I picture all of us like back to back, like that one scene in Avengers, and I'm just toddling in there, Hi guys, I finally made it. It's me.
Classic Kyler. All right, so you join them.
I'm Hawkeye. I have no powers.
So you join the group. As all of you stand there together before the diadem, before these three entities, before the Fey Stags, you feel a shift in the energy. It goes from malignant to benign, almost, is what it feels like. The pain you are feeling fades, and there's a strange sense of clarity begins to overcome you. The voices from the Raven Queen and the Pale Knight kind of, even though they were kind of teetering on the edge of consciousness, it's like they get pushed out. The large, very pale, black-eyed, elven-looking man actually stops what he was doing as Kyler joins and looks down, his attention fully on you now. You can definitely feel that all eyes are on you. And suddenly, the diadem pulses once more. And from either side of the forest, on your left, the stag of 1,000 antlers steps through the trees. And on your right, a tall, pale, black-eyed woman carrying a small, what appears to be child at her breast, steps forward. As the stag steps forward, the earth around him blossoms and grows. You can see flowers bloom, butterflies just burst forth, flies and dragonflies buzzing around him, birds sing in the distance. And to your right, as the Dark Mother steps forth, you just see worms and maggots in the black soil that just seems to melt beneath each step. Every tree she comes in contact with, every flower, every blade of grass dies as she steps forward. You now,
Sib is smiling.
you now stand between the two. And I think we'll call it there.
Awesome.
We'll leave it right there on that little note.
Seriously?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I guess that's good.
Oh,
The
yeah.
less time I spend playing this character, the better. Like,
No. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. It's never easy to just pick up a character you're not familiar with and go with it. But no, I wanted to leave it kind of on that. So when we do come back, I have a feeling our next session is going to be the final episode, more or less, of this story. And I want to leave time for us to sit around and chit chat afterward.
All right.
I think I don't know. You guys could make a horrible mistake and we could all die. So you're standing between a lot of power right now.
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to note how I didn't expend the use of wild shape to turn into fire form.
No.
You know?
No.
I didn't do that.
No. Then I
So proud. So proud. So proud.
I worried for a minute there, Kyler. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, Kyler's like, oh, no, I'm good. Later, guys.
I was just picking a direction and walking in it, you know, because I don't know who's where in relation to me. I think people are to the east, but I'm not sure. You know.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad it came together the way it did. I was hoping you guys would draw up together in the end as a unit.
We got there, people.
We got there. We got there.
I mean, it makes a good splash screen.
Definitely.
That's our team up moment.
Yeah.
That's the one on the painting.
Yeah. That's going on the movie poster.
Mhm.
But yeah. Yeah. Tonight was interesting. It was fun. I know I had planned for more combat to be involved, but you guys actually avoided a lot of it. But you guys have actually been pretty good about that.
Yeah, we're smart.
Well, you had some good
You mean
rolls too.
You mean we could have fought
Yeah.
those guys?
But no, that boat ride actually was intended to be a lot more hairy, but everything missed you. You,
Yeah.
Okay,
you
so-
nailed that one corpse that came up from the water, and beyond that, like literally everything missed you.
I was getting ready to block anything that came down from the air.
Fate was on our side tonight.
Very much. Like you skirted like an entire war. This could have drug out a lot more. We could have had a lot more fatalities.
The force is with us.
Very much, apparently.
Yes.
It's a shame that we don't get experience for all those missed fights. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Roleplay
so-
experience? I mean,
yeah, would be so.
You still get
Come on,
roleplay
man.
experience.
Who says we missed anything?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the speaker was sitting there meditating the whole time.
Yeah.
You just didn't see the astral arms blocking all of the projectiles.
That's why everything missed you.
Fair enough.
But yeah. So, like I said, I think we got maybe one more session before we come to the close of the story. And it's been an interesting one. Both to tell, hopefully for you guys to play as well. Very interesting, weird characters.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll go ahead and call it here. For those of you watching from home, past, present, or future, thank you very much. I hope you'll join us again next Monday for what could potentially be the thrilling conclusion. We'll be back Saturday with...
Karen.
We're Karen this Saturday? Okay, so we'll be back Saturday with Karen. A return to the world of Karen. And I think we're doing Jewel of Yavin this Friday again. As a catch-up from missing last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Check our calendar if you're not sure. We'll confirm it there. But anyways, join us again.
There's actually nothing on the calendar.
There's nothing on the calendar. Oh my, we're gonna have to get with Lord of Chance on that, I think. Of course, he'll
Yeah,
tell me to do it. Watch.
I thought there was a different scheduling concern on that one.
Maybe I didn't see the right one.
He'll tell me to do it. Not that I blame him. Not that I blame him. So I'm gonna try this.
But I don't see it.
I'm gonna try this raid thing again. I think we're gonna bug Featherfall because
All I see is Yavin on there. But it doesn't- I don't know.
that's it.
Okay. So the Saturday other game.
Oh, look at me fail.
So the Karen game and the Stapleton games aren't on the sesh thing,
They should be.
or is it? Is it the Twitch calendar that you made with it? Because I haven't seen that.
Well, in Discord, you can check it in Discord.
Okay, but on that, all I see is Yavin Star Wars event listings.
He may not have updated yet.
Okay.
There we go. All right, so we got about 5 seconds. We're going to do the raid to Featherfall. I think Chance is actually over there in his game, so make sure you make fun of him a lot.
Boo! Boo! You suck! Boo!
But yeah, no, be nice to Featherfall. They're our buds, but just pick on Chance specifically. Anyway, we love you guys for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of my lovely players. It's always a joy. I can't wait till next Saturday and Friday and Monday, etc., etc.
Every day.
We will see you very soon. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night.
We did it! Woo!
Good night.
Yay!
All right. I believe we are good.
Pressure's off.